Have you ever wondered what the air you breathe is made of? In Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh, the answer might shock you. This bustling city, home to millions, is steeped in rich culture and history. Yet it's also battling an invisible enemy that's silently wreaking havoc. That enemy? Air pollution. As the sun rises over Dhaka's skyline, a haze of pollution masks the city's vibrant colors. The city's inhabitants, a vibrant blend of more than 20 million people, go about their daily lives, often unaware of the invisible threat they're inhaling with every breath. Air pollution, while not a unique problem to Dhaka, has reached alarming levels in the city. The air that circulates through the city's crowded streets and high-rises isn't the same life-giving mixture we learned about in school. It's a complex, dangerous cocktail of pollutants. In Dhaka, the air is not just a mixture of oxygen and nitrogen, but a toxic cocktail of pollutants, and the situation is only getting worse. To truly understand the severity of the problem, we need to dive into the numbers. Let's start with the Air Quality Index, or AQI. This is a standard that indicates the cleanliness or pollution level of the air. Dhaka's AQI often exceeds 300, a level which the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency classifies as hazardous. To put this into perspective, an AQI of 0 to 50 is considered good, and anything above 300 is dangerous. But what does this mean for the people of Dhaka? It means that every breath they take is laced with pollutants. It means that their lungs are under constant assault from dangerous particles. It means that every day they are at risk for a host of health issues, from asthma to lung cancer. The human toll of this pollution is staggering. Every year, thousands of people in Dhaka die prematurely due to complications from air pollution. These are not just statistics. These are mothers, fathers, children, friends. Their lives cut short, their potential unfulfilled, all because of the air they breathe. And then there's the economic cost. The World Bank estimates that air pollution cost Bangladesh, of which Dhaka is the capital, roughly $13 billion annually. This includes direct costs like healthcare and lost productivity, as well as indirect costs like decreased crop yields and damage to buildings. That's a significant portion of the country's gross domestic product, or GDP, quite literally going up in smoke. But these numbers are more than just statistics. They are a call to action. They tell a story of a city under siege, of a people suffocating under the weight of pollution. They highlight the urgent need for change, for cleaner air, for healthier lives. The numbers don't lie. Air pollution in Dhaka has reached alarming levels, and it's high time we paid attention. Let's not allow these numbers to continue to rise. Let's take action for the people of Dhaka, for the future of our planet. But what exactly is in this polluted air? What are these invisible killers? Let's dive into the murky realm of air pollutants. There are several types, but we'll focus on three main ones that are particularly prevalent in Dhaka's air: particulate matter, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur dioxide. Particulate matter, or PM, is a complex mixture of extremely small particles and liquid droplets. Picture this. PM is so small that several thousand of them could fit in the period at the end of this sentence. It's made up of a number of components, including acids, organic chemicals, metals, and soil or dust particles. PM can get deep into your lungs, and some can even get into your bloodstream. Now let's move on to nitrogen oxides. You've probably heard of nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, both of which are part of the nitrogen oxides family. These gases form when fuel is burned at high temperatures, and the nation's heavy use of diesel generators and vehicles contribute to this pollution. Nitrogen oxides are harmful to lung tissue, can worsen respiratory diseases like asthma, and even cause respiratory infections. Last but not least, we have sulfur dioxide, a colorless gas with a strong, choking odor. It's produced from burning fossil fuels like coal and oil. Short-term exposure to sulfur dioxide can harm the human respiratory system and make breathing difficult. Each of these pollutants has a unique and complex origin story, but they share a common, destructive ending. They wreak havoc on our health, causing a range of issues from respiratory problems to heart diseases and even premature death. Children, the elderly, and those with underlying health conditions are particularly at risk. But don't be fooled. These pollutants don't discriminate. They affect all of us, whether we realize it or not. These pollutants are not just numbers on a chart, they are silent killers causing diseases and taking lives every day. Behind these statistics are real people, suffering the consequences of air pollution every day. Let's delve into the human side of this story. Imagine an elderly man, a lifelong resident of Dhaka, who now finds it hard to breathe even inside his home. Every day he struggles with a persistent cough, a constant reminder of the polluted air he breathes. Consider a young mother, anxious about her child's health. Her daughter, barely 5, has developed asthma, a condition that could have been avoided in cleaner air. The little girl can't play outside like other children. The air is too dangerous for her fragile lungs. Think about the street vendor, who spends long hours every day inhaling the toxic fumes from vehicles and industries. He doesn't have the luxury of staying indoors or wearing a mask. His livelihood depends on braving the polluted air. These stories paint a grim picture of life in Dhaka. The city's air pollution is not just a statistical problem, it's a personal one. It's about the elderly man's struggle for breath, the mother's fear for her child's health, the vendor's daily fight for survival. Health impacts are far-reaching, from respiratory problems to cardiovascular diseases. Air pollution in Dhaka has been linked to an alarming increase in premature deaths, hospital admissions, and chronic illnesses. Living in a polluted city takes a toll on not just physical health, but mental well-being too. The constant health worries, the inability to enjoy outdoor activities, the stress of living in an unhealthy environment, all these add layers of psychological burden on the residents. The daily struggles of Dhaka's residents are a stark reminder of the human impact of air pollution. It's not just about the numbers, it's about the people, their health, their lives, and their stories. These are not isolated cases. They are the harsh reality for millions of people living in Dhaka. The situation may seem bleak, but it's not too late to make a change. We've laid bare the invisible threat, unmasked the statistics, broken down the pollutants, and explored the human impact. Now, it's time for a new chapter, a shift in the narrative. It's time for change. Just as the problem of air pollution is multifaceted, so too must be the solutions. And it starts with stricter regulations. It's time to hold polluters accountable, to enforce stringent emission standards, and to prioritize the health of the public over profit. We need to invest in cleaner, greener technologies that reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Think solar power, wind energy, and electric vehicles. But the responsibility doesn't solely lie with governments and corporations, it's on us too. Every one of us can make a difference, however small it may seem. It's about making conscious choices. Opt for public transport or cycling over a personal vehicle. Plant trees, recycle, and conserve energy. Little actions, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. Moreover, we must raise awareness about the issue. Knowledge is power, and with power comes responsibility. The more we understand about air pollution, the more equipped we are to tackle it. So let's educate ourselves and others. Let's start conversations, spark debates, and inspire action. The road ahead is not easy. It demands sacrifice and commitment, but the rewards? A cleaner, healthier, more sustainable world for us and future generations. A world where we can breathe freely without fear. Remember, change is a process, not an event. It doesn't happen overnight, but every journey begins with a single step. So let's take that step together. Let's commit to cleaner air and a healthier planet. The air in Dhaka may be polluted, but it doesn't have to stay that way. Together we can clear the air for a healthier future.